Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, people 1 2, check check check. Let's get this on. 26. Check 1 2, people. Can everybody hear me okay? I seem to be coming out of one side of the mic here. Wow, right, let's get this show on the road. Is there anyone out there? Let me just give this little thing a play here. Let's have a little mess about on the beats. Yes, shout to Bionic Fred. Big up, mate. Loud and clear. Lovely, bruv. That's what I like to hear. Yes, 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 yes. Big up, mate. Big up. So at the moment, I thought I'd string up Renoise and show you guys a couple of little bits and pieces in it. Yeah, shout goes out to Chief Golden Tours. Just wait for everyone to come out. Yes, next stream, bruv. Didn't come on yesterday. You know it goes. Got caught up with work, etc. That's life, man. You know what I mean? That's life. That's life. Yes, Bionic Feed says ready for the bass. All right, yeah, big up, bruv. Big up, big up. Let me just check something here, because can you not hear me out of both speakers, or am I like one-sided? Because it seems to me like I'm one-sided. Let me just get the camera on, peeps, so I can just say yo, yo, big up everyone. You're down, you're here, over here, aren't you? Yes, yes, yes. Shout to everybody. Big up, mate. Everyone in the chat box. Shout to DRKST. I hope I said that right. Shout to the real Lominate. Shout to Bionic Fred. Big up, mate. Shout to Stefan. Big up, mate. All the crew inside. Lovely, man. The regulars. That's what I like to see. The regulars, man. Here. This mic says left free. I'm not sure what's going on here. I've got some mad stuff going on. Look, check it over here. Look, I've got my RME set up here, yeah. But the mic sounds like it's coming out of one speaker. Can you guys hear me? One-sided here as well. What the hell, man? What is going on with these systems these days? I can't seem to get anything to work. Hang on. Oh, they want to do that. I should have had a little mess about with that before. It's really weird, man. I think it's because it's some mono. I need to put this in mono or something. And mono there, does that work? No, that's supposed to be muting it. Oh, a load of crap. Anyway, but you can hear me. Yeah, shout to Crazy Wax, shout to Jamie McDonald. Let me give this a little playthrough in the background while we're messing about here, man. Hold on a minute. I can hear the music out of one side as well. Wait. Something going on here. Oh wait, no, it's my. What am I talking about? It's my headphones. They're not pushed in right. Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's better. Yeah, that's much better, peeps. So as you can see, I've got this quick camera app here, and I'm showing you my Dubplate Wars remix VIP that I did. Little Renoise tour. I thought I'd just do that live tonight, you know, show you guys what I've been up to. A couple of little bits and pieces. It says Dark STR says I can hear both ears clear. ASF, weird, you guys are out of monitor. Yeah, I can hear him good now. Shout to Pat Brady, big up, bruv. Big up Dreadlock Holmes, mate, in the place. Bop. So we're gonna play this through. You guys could check this tune out. Little tour on Renoise. As you can see, all the mutes here. This is where you mute sounds and stuff. You've got your spectrum analyzer. Absolutely love this spectrum. Shows you the frequencies as you work. Quality schoolboy error, Bionic Feed says. I wish this quick camera would stay up on the top, but it doesn't stay up on the top. It's a nightmare. Every time I click somewhere on the screen, it's gone, bruv. Shout to DJ Rage, says, whoa, big up, mate. The real Lamotte says disgusting. And then the real Ominix says disgusting. Alright, Rage says pull up. Alright, so we're going to have a little pull up here. We're going to go back to the beginning. As you can see, Renoise here, little Renoise window. As promised, I said I would do a little live Renoise session, and I'm showing you guys all the bits and pieces contained. If you have any questions, please feel free to add the questions in the chat box, and I will do my best to answer, you know, the questions. There's no way to pin the camera to the front. It's really weird. Like, if I go here, let me see if I can just show you, like, okay, it won't come up the menu, you can see it. Right, so I literally do that. I'm right click it, nothing happens. Camera settings here, select source, mirror image, borderless mode. Nothing about stay on top. It's really annoying. Window, bring all to front. Right, boom. Now what? See, gone again. Nothing is foolproof. Always bugs and glitches with software, but we're not here to bitch about nothing. Yeah, we're just gonna work with what we got. When I click on the screen, I go, but you just know I'm gonna come back. Is Renoise a complete sequencer like Cubase? Yes, Renoise is a complete sequencer. You can do all your song arrangements here. This is where you do the song arrangements, and for every pattern that you make up, every block that you make up, which you can create by just literally clicking here. I could start from scratch actually on something and we can mess about with it, but if you just click here, and these are all the sections. You can insert stuff here. For example, if I was to go here, I can highlight this by hitting the old shift button, and I could select, say like here for example, boom. Great. And I could highlight, use a highlight here, there you go, I got it now. Right click and then go organize and then go repeat. Right, or go here, sorry, not organize, forget I said that, guys. You know what, I've been so lost in these archives, right? I haven't been in this Renoise for a little while, but it will come back to me in a minute, trust me. Repeat here will just literally repeat over this section again, yeah, and so on and so forth. So it's a bit tricky to get used to doing the arrangement in Renoise, but once you get the hang of it, you'll find that, you know, you get better and better at it as you go along, like with anything. So yeah, so pulling up for DJ Rage. Let me just come back to the start. Let's get this thing from the top. I'm gonna play it and I'll talk you through a few bits and pieces. More likely lower down the main output a little bit on it so you can hear me better. So I've got my intro here, and I'm gonna go into the mixer as well. I'll show you the mixer. You've got like a full-on mixer. You can do your whole track like this track here. Let me lower that down a piece here, the master fader. Right, this track here, everything that you hear here, it was all completed. The whole entire track was completed in Renoise. You know, there was no external programs used for this at all. Stephen Abson says, Biz, them amens are bouncing off. Bouncing lock off your blood clot, bro. Big up, mate. Matthew Vernon says, rinse. Stefan says, good drums, nice and punchy. Big up, peeps. Random Guy 6 says, sick tune so far. It's always good to read the comments, guys. Keep them coming, it keeps me talking. Doing this live stream, I've got to be thinking of stuff to say, and you guys are the ones that are going to keep me talking, mate, I'm telling you. Especially at this age. Got to remember what to say. So there you go. So you've got the mixer here. Up here is where you put all your plugins. If I literally double click on that, I think the plugins are actually down the bottom here. You can see them here. As you click on them, they show down the bottom here. Bobby Planson says, yes, busy, sick tunes. Nice one, bruv. Good to see new names up in the chat box. Charlie Moran locked in, bruv. Nice one. So again, there's tons of stuff you can do on this program. I mean, one of the things I love about it the most is the instrument editor. You click on an instrument, it's got kind of like a built-in recycle. DJ Raid says this is tearing, bruv. I'm glad you like the tune. By the way, it's on Junglist Download to download, mate. You can grab that from junglistdownload.com right now. But not now, after the stream, yeah? Okay, so Stefan says, what's your preferred choice or order of effects compression? Okay, so compression wise, kind of sport for choice really. Let's go and have a look at the drums. So you can see I've got my Amens. Let's solo this up. So over here you see I've got my Amens. Let's go back to the mixer. We'll continue the song in a minute, guys. Sorry. So here we go. So we got on here. We've got a track here, and I've got literally on my big Amen. Yeah. Let me just get this here and play it. And hold on. Let's get back to here. There's no big Amen there at the moment. All right. Let's go. Right. So we got the Amens here. Yeah. All right. So as you can hear, that's the Amen track, and they're all grouped up together. Right, now let's get this and loop it over a bit. I just want to show you something real quick. Right, so if I press enter, you know, like the enter on the key strip on the keyboard, on the number keypad, yeah, the little last key there, that will just like highlight a section of the song and just play it. So you can just loop it over like that, which is what we're going to do for this Amen, yeah? So now, if I show you this here, you can see what I'm using. At the moment, I've got an isotope exciter on here. I'll just get rid of that. You can hear that drops it down. That gives it a little bit of a splash. And remember, guys, like everything I do here, I'm just doing it out of the way it sounds. I'm not taking this out of a rule book, like where I'm going, okay, yeah, I must put compression, and yeah, so I must add 3.5 dB of you know, acetone, and it's nothing like that. Yeah, it's just like switch the damn thing on, twist the button and see what it sounds like. That's how we roll. Yeah, so let's go into it again. So what we got, so we've done that, we've turned that one off. Let's go back to bare bones with it now. So here I've got mad amounts of EQ, but I've rolled off the bottom end, so it's not so punchy. So what I'm going to do there now is I'm going to turn that off. Hear the difference? Big drop, yeah? Bobby Pladson says, I wish my Amens to sound that fresh. Well, I would say, like, to begin with, you've got to start with something that sounds good quality, and then just experiment with all your plugins, bruv. Like, there's nothing, like, you know, magical to it. You just got to just trust your ears and just keep on adding bits and pieces to it, yeah? Like, look, we got, oops, okay, so I've touched that now, so that's probably going to sound a little bit different. And then, look, take off the bus compressor. So that's gone. And that's it. We got another compressor here on the main out here. Let's get rid of that. Right, there's your Amen. It's already slightly compressed, but this kind of brings it all up, yeah? So let's bring that all back in now. Unsolo it and listen to it without all the effects. You hear the Amen's kind of lost there now. Right, so let's get that back now. I don't like listening to it like that. So let's from the top now. So first thing in a chain, we've got the bus compressor. Got your threshold setting. Switch him on there. Yeah. Then we got our EQ, which is probably the most important part. You can notice the low end sort of drops, yeah. Matthew Vernon says Samploids buy direct from BB. Yes, bruv, big up, man. Thanks for the support. Stephen Abson says, Biz, I'm going to do a mix of all your releases, bruv. Yeah, that would be cool, man. That would be cool. Always like listening to see if everybody remembers everything. I had a mix sent to me once, the Brain Records Showcase mix, and man, the guy took me back, man, right to the beginning of the Brain, like that archive. What can I say, man? It was a really good mix he did. So yeah, big up for that, man. Yeah, Renoise session, my main dial. Yes, mate. Shout to Zarathustra. Sorry, I hope I said that right. But anyway, this is welcome to everybody if you just tuned in. We're doing a little Renoise session tonight. As promised, I said I would do it, and just need you guys to fire any questions you have about you know, what you want to see or what you want to know about Renoise. So yep, let's turn on all the rest of the effects and we're going to go on with a tune. If you hear anything you want to know how it was done, just ask me and I'll stop. So I'm putting back all the compressors back on. Now you see that jump, that made a big dB jump there, guys. So we switch that on. Everything's all back on. You've got your EQ back on, you've got your bus compressor, and we got the isotope exciter. And then we're back. Okay, so we'll take that loop off, run through the track. Renoise is the Don Dada, man, I'm telling you. This program here is just off the chain. Plugins, all your plugins down the side here, as many as you like. Bionic Fred says sounds fat. Pat Brady loves the Renoise. I've got to say it is my favourite DAW, definitely my favourite DAW, because it reminds me of Octamed. Oh look, I was able to get that up on the screen there that time. There we go. So it says here now, back in the 90s, me and my mates had to get people to do mixdowns, our tunes. Is that still the same, or are people doing it themselves? Well, I'd say nowadays it's a bit of both, really. I mean, it depends on how you feel. You can study mixdowns. There's lots of tutorials online how to do mixes. The best thing to do is to study frequencies. You know, sometimes I can't get a mix and I might give it to someone to try a mix down. Mixing is kind of like an art form, but the main thing to remember is not to over muddy your mix. You know, roll your brakes off so that they don't punch too much bass. And what will help with that is also not plug in the sub pack, but it does help with keeping the mix clean. Shout to Roughneck Renegade, says big up the old school jungle is massive. Man, this is one dark piece of sound here, man. It's one of my favourite sounds in this song. Check this, check this. Really, really feeling this, man. Really feeling it. Come, bring those questions in, peeps. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know what you want to know about in Renoise. Mixing is an art form. I would say yes, you're correct. Big up all the massive inside. Stephen Abson says pull up, bruv, pull up. Right, let me go back to bar 32. Back again, pull up. Okay, so here. There you go, that's your pull up. So we're going to mark it here as well. You can mark sections. That's your pull up point, there you go. And I can loop back as well. If I select all this, just that part of the song will loop. I'm holding down the shift key. Shout to all the Renoise massive. I'm so glad you like this mix, man. I'm just so in the zone with this one. I want to show you guys what I put on the bass as well. This bass has been like tuned with sub pack on my back, which is now blown. But I'm getting a new one in the next week or so. They're sending me a fresh one. It's my own fault for leaning back on the best version in the chair. Crazy sounds. But That idea came to me about 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes, guys. So is there any questions out there about Renoise? Oh, here we go. How much is a full version of Renoise? I think it's about, let me see, £49 or something. Now, the cheeky thing is I did actually ask Renoise if they've got any discount vouchers for you guys, but they said no, not at the moment. They don't. You can go to renoise.com. And I think it's about, last time I checked, it's about $49. But I'm going to do a Renoise giveaway, even if they don't want to give me a free one, yeah. I'm going to buy a license. They did tell me it's transferable, and I'm going to contribute this to a lucky winner on the you know, on the channel, just to say big up to you guys and encourage you. But they also have this plugin, yeah, and it's called Redux, and that's for people who use a different DAW. Or whatever you call it, or whatever you call it, right? Who use a different DAW, and they want to have the Renoise flavor inside. So let me go into there and have a look at it. I mean, I haven't really used it a lot, but if I go into my plugins, literally go to here, go in there, and all your plugins can be found where it says plugin here. Click on that, and down here, if I type Redux, REDUX, click on here, you'll see this is like a sample. Okay, there's a new version of Redux apparently. Let's tell you how long I've used it. No, I don't want to download it just yet, but this is like a Renoise sampler, so you could literally just go in, you could click on something, load it up, and then you can use it as a Renoise instrument. And you get all the flavors of it. It's got like a built-in Renoise sampler. It's kind of like a contact, if you like, contact kind of effect, but you get things in there like the phrase editor. You can do key zones, and I'm sure for the price of it, it's a lot cheaper than what what you'd pay for Native Instruments Contact. But it's basically this VST plugin would work in any DAW, Cubase, Logic, whatever you want. So you can take Renoise's best elements into your DAW and use it as you see fit. But I just want to show you a couple of things that I like about Renoise that is built in. Like for example, if I go to one of the beats, let's flick through some of these samples real quick, yeah, and I'll just show you. Say for example here, yeah, look, you've got like a built-in recycle. So anytime you want to get a break and you want to chop it up, you would just literally just turn the slices on or off and they would appear. So let me just see if I can find an amen and show you. So let's shut this one down. Is there any more questions before I move on to other bits and pieces? Does anybody want to ask me anything? Let me get this. I've lost a chat box now, peeps. Hold on. There you go. Right, got your back now. Made a little move there. Get that out of the way. Right, there we go. Right, guys. So, yeah, here we go. So, let's go back. So, just got more of learning curve. Okay, so let's go back a little piece. I need Redux so bad. Okay, so random guy says $68 or euros. Let's have a look. How much is full version of Renoise? So that's where we were, $68. Okay. It's so worth it. I mean, $68 is peanuts for a DAW, man. I mean, Cubase is like what, 350 odd pound. Even though I love Cubase, don't get me wrong, Cubase is badass. Same way, you could do lots of things in there, but I don't know. It's for me, things are just like effortless. I don't know if it's because I've come from Octamed, years of Octamed, and then all of a sudden this program has just come. The minute I started using Renoise, it's like, how can I explain it? It's like I felt like I was in my element again. But this time round, you can do so much more. And I was just WhatsApping Equinox recently, and I was trying to find out, because I think he mentioned to me, I can't find my phone there. I think he mentioned to me that you can actually load a Renoise mod into, not Renoise mod, a Amiga mod into Renoise, which is really interesting, because I was thinking about getting an old tune that I did, and I'm going to put this to the test on my Amiga, save it to compact flash so that I can take it out, put it into a PC or a Mac, yeah, and then try and load one of those old songs into Renoise. If I can do that, I mean, that would be really sick, because like, if you imagine using the Amiga not dissing the Amiga. The Amiga's, you know what I mean, it's way ahead of its time. But just imagine, yeah, if you're using the Renoise, and then you go back to the Amiga, what I find with it, it's a bit of a the old Amiga, going back to it, is like really cack-handed compared to Renoise, because Renoise is like the future of Octamed, if you know what I mean. So yeah, man. So reading some of these comments again, it says, yeah, that's the right vintage brain sound, Biz. Hope you can get a vinyl release. Yeah, man, I'm hoping that this thing here could see vinyl. You know, this is the Dub Plate Wars VIP. I've got a mastered version about at the moment, and I'm hoping you guys would, you know, it's on digital. I'm hoping you guys would want it on vinyl, because that would be really, really cool. Okay, so any more questions on the production before we move on, folks? Because I'm going to load up a couple of other little bits and pieces. Mate, it says, Roughneck says, Wi-Fi keeps on messing up. Let me just keep an eye on my stream here, because I've got that all set up on here. Let's see. He said, that's cheap. I bought... Ooh, okay, let's go back. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, that's cheap. I bought Cubase from Turnkey in about 1996 and it was £200. Renoise is a bargain. I think so. It's cheap for what you can do on it. And I mean, like I said, it's an all-in-one thing. Let me show you guys some things, man. Let me just get something going. Look, if I get this sound, for example, no, what? Oh no. Let's see what we can find here. Hold on. Right, so what we're going to find, sound. Okay, so say for example I got this now. Let me just make up something fresh, right? So I get this sound. I like a sample. I cut it, copy it, I paste it. It's got a bit of reverb on it. You can hear that little tail off, yeah? Now, I have no idea how this is going to go, yeah? Remember that I'm not following a rule book that's had some formula to success here. I'm literally just going with what I'm, you know, what I feel. Now, check this loop. This is a loop. You can do what you call a ping pong loop, and you don't see this every day. I'll take that down an octave. And as you can see, it's playing backwards and forwards. Yeah. So from there now, I could just put that into a block on Simps that's not muted. And then I could put like a number there or whatever, twist it up or whatever. Let me see if I can remember. These always catch me out, to be fair. So let's go here. 1, let's find these numbers now. 1, where the bloody hell? Okay. Now we need to turn these effects over. Let's have a look. Alright, that's the effects track there. So where do we put this now? Let's see if I get this right. Right, there you go. So D1, look, there you go. D1, oh, that's D10, I believe. Right. So you could go down 1. Let's just check something. Hold on, what is that? Alright, so let's start high. Okay, so let's say I started off there as an art for argument's sake, right? I'm a bit rusty on these numbers, guys. It's just been a little while since I've gone in the zone here, right? So I render to sample, boom, right? Render to sample is, you know, really, really good. Let's have a look. So literally from there now, it's rendered to sample, it's made a new sample, and now I've got that already affected. So if I play that back now, I'm already half twisted before I even start. And you could go on and on and on and on and on. And that's one thing that I love about Renoise. Second thing I love about Renoise is if I get a break, let me show you now. It's got like a built-in recycle, right? If you get a break, let's go to my sound library and go to breaks. I'm going to play you a couple of bits in a minute. Let's have a look. Unless we got some questions. Oh, does Renoise have mono tracks? Yes, you can do mono tracks on Renoise. I believe so. To be totally honest, it's not something I've used a lot. In fact, okay, so we got an aim in there. take it up an octave. Let's put it on an actual Amen track, because that's on a synth track. Because with the synth tracks, I've rolled the bass back and everything. Let's put it on that, on there, yeah? So now, what I like about it is I can go into here and I can just switch on the slices, yeah? But by clicking here. And look at that, automatically converts it to slices. And all I would do is literally clean them up. Just get rid of any of the pinchy samples. Move. You can actually click on move any of the breaks or transients or cuts or whatever without overcomplicating it. I've got a bit of a nip there on the end, and then you can literally just add your own slices while you're there as well. So I mean, that's recycle, and that is contact in one. And if you go to here, key zones, it's like a contact style sampler. So this is good, guys. This is good. Yeah, you can do that in Cubase, we know, but it'll cost you. So now we've got that little loop thing going on there, little Amen, and we kind of step right now. But if you didn't want to step right, there is a possibility on the off chance that you can go in here and create a phrase. But it doesn't always work perfectly, yeah? Not in my opinion. Maybe I'm missing something. Someone out there might be able to tell me what's going on. But I just go render slices to phrase, and then I press that. There you go. That worked perfectly that time, look. And it's basically created an Amen loop on a phrase, which means that whenever I play that, it will always play in time. So I could literally now just put that in there and it will automatically put that in time for me, look. And literally just put them all in. Boom, 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 boom. Let's have a listen to that. Okay, bit of a nana there, I messed up there. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Right, let's read some chat box comments. Okay, I messed up again. There you go, got it. Right. And it's just like real simple to operate. Now, if I wanted to just go old school style on you now, with the drum edits, I could now that I've got that Amen in time, I could literally get that and then I could render it to sample. And then I would have an Amen sample that's already in time. So I wouldn't have to worry about pitching it or nothing like that. And then I could just get my slice tool and I could chop it old school style. So we used to chop it with like that, the little tingy bit. And then maybe the second snare. How's the live stream coming along, guys? You guys, I don't even know if you guys are on there talking to myself or what. Are we still live? Let's have a check. Are we still live, guys? Are we still live? That is the question. Let me just quickly check it. Oh, don't stop. Okay, cool. Okay, bear with me. Let me just get my iPad on so I can keep an eye on the stream. My iPad's just like being naughty right now, trust me. Press play on that stream there. Sweet. Okay, peeps, yes. So they're loving it. Okay. Oh, shout to Machina Music. Big up, mate. Shout to Vimster. Big up, bruv. Yep, all good to go. Okay, so we're still in the zone. Everyone, I've not lost everyone. Everyone's still here. I just didn't want to blab on, yeah? All right, cool. So now we're going to go old school style, right? So we got our old school thing going on. So hold on a minute. Something funny going on here. Let me just double check something real quick. Hold on. Oh, look, I didn't put cut one. Look, cut one should be there. And then that should be there. Yeah. And this actually makes it easier to cut up, yeah? And then we can put the little tingy bit in the middle of that. And the thing is, because I've got a computer full of stuff now, this computer's kind of lagging at the moment because it's doing live streaming as well. But I'll do my best. Okay, so let's go back. Find some sounds, mess about with it. All right. Some random stuff here just to see what's popping. Couple of those snares, couple of them snares. See what it sounds like. Loop this bit. All right, then we need to put a little bit of. Says TV says, do you know where the Moody chord sample is from? Moody chord sample. What's a Moody chord sample? What are you referring to? This track, or do you mean another track? Let me just loop this block up. Right, I'm gonna get some more sounds. I'm just gonna fling down some random stuff now. I'm just gonna edit up some crazy stuff. Right, here we go. Oh, we don't want that. We don't want that. Right, here we go. What we got? What we got? Just need some bass sounds. Like, here we go. What's this mentasm? Look. Let me check something. My computer seems to be really lagging at the moment. Let me just check the latency. So for lag on the keyboard, okay, latency 70. Let me take down this latency. I'm going to bring this down to about 20 because you know when they say 0 latency sound cards. Let's just see what happens if I bring this down to 20. If this will actually give me better audio response. That's a bit better, it seems. Yeah. So you see these little offings here, yeah? That's what turns a note on and off. It's kind of like a MIDI mute thing, yeah? So let me check out some of these questions real quick before I get carried away into the zone there, yeah? Okay, so let's see. Bass Ting, big up, mate. Bass Ting TK, Blurry. Can you demo a track with one of your sample packs? Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Let's see. So let me get onto that in a minute. Let me get the camera on so I could see, well, so you guys can see me talking to you guys. Yeah. So hold on. So right, cool. So here we are. Right. So let's see. Bass Ting. I was at work and did you EQ on Octamed? No, I think there was an EQ. I can't remember. That's some long time ago, but I don't remember it being that technical. I remember you just had to feed it out into the desk. And then we had to kind of EQ it on the old, you know, not Mackie, what was it? Soundcraft Spirit Live and Studio Master Gold. Studio Master was running things on the mixing desks back in the day. Let me pull up a Studio Master desk real quick. Studio Master Mixdown Gold. I remember when Reinforce, they turned around and they said, yeah, man, we've got Studio Mixdown Gold in the studio. And that was just like the mega. You will do anything for that mixing desk. I bet you can get it for about 10 now. Hold on. Studio Master Mixdown Gold. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, this is the one that they got. Look at that. That was, boy, I mean, look at it now. It looks like some old rookety thing. Yeah, you thought like, boy, I used to mix on that. This was the bad boy mecha you needed to have some serious capital behind you to buy these kind of things back in the day, man. And I know Reinforce had one of these, and more than likely all the people that were running things back in the day, man, had the mega studios and stuff, had these kind of things. So yeah, so moving back on to the next question now. Let's see. So it says, damn, my ISOP was going until I realized I was on 360 mode on YouTube. Wicked, guys. That'd actually be a good idea, man. Imagine like a 360 studio tutorial, man. You'd need one of the I'll tell you what, guys, there's so much stuff, yeah, that I need to get. Well, not need to get, that I would like to get for these live streams, but it would just come to an absolute fortune. 360-degree camera. I need a better camera switcher so I can have my cameras like up there, so I can share screens, so I can do overhead cameras, show the tech from above, side, below, round the back of it, etc. But I think that's a crowdfunding project on its own, man. So just the next kettle of fish. So DJ Skunky Lagger says, yes, Massive and Crew, big up, bruv. Stephen Abson says, I want you to come to Durham City and play a set. We need this old school stuff back to come back. Well, are you a promoter, bruv? Are you offering a booking, or what's the coup, man? I'd love to do something down there, man. It says, what processing plugins are included? Well, included in Renoise are pretty much not everything. What am I saying? Be careful what you say, Abby. Every standard, how do you call it? What do they call it? Built-in, out the box ones, the ones that come with Renoise, are pretty much everything that you need. Same as every other DAW. You got compressors, you got reverbs, you got effects, you got even more sick effects. Like, check it out. Look, I'll show you. So now we're working on this little thingy, this little crazy idea, yeah. Right, so I'm gonna get my bass kick. I'm going to call up the sample pack, and we're going to run through one of the sample packs, like maybe the choppage pack. Little bass line now, definitely looking to put that in, no messing about. Big up the crew. At the moment my computer is fully loaded. As you can see, I've got all these samples because I'm in the middle of doing the Dubplate Wars remix. Right, let me turn off that little crazy synth there at the moment. There we go. Right, see what else we got. Let's go through more stuff. We need some breaks, man. Well, you know, we need a little bit of that in there. Right, we don't overdo it. We've already got a name in. Let's find something else. Rolling. Some of these time stretch breaks. Okay, let's read some of these comments. Sorry, guys. Getting carried away in the zone there. Let's have a look. So, what we got? We got. Okay, Durham City, we was up to there. Shout to Tetties. If you're using OBS for streaming, you can embed the webcam and the streaming directly. Yes, I did try that OBS thing, yeah, but there's a problem with the old OBS. It doesn't work with the Ava Media capture card that I've got, and I'm using my 32-bit Windows 7 machine to do the streaming on, which is, otherwise it's just overkill computers. PC streaming, Omni flopping, Akai recycling over there on that system over there, and my main DAW and main system on the Apple Mac is on here. Now I can't really connect too much to my Apple Mac because my USB mouse tends to go a little bit ski-whiff at the moment. I'm really not sure what's going on with it. So until I get that problem solved and get the computer running rock solid, there's not a lot I can do on that. But I was thinking about just doing that, literally, you know, finding some out of computer solutions to take care of my live streaming issues. And literally, I've seen gadgets out there where you could just press a button and it will show that camera. Another option would be to get a CCTV system, because that might be a cheaper way of doing it, rather than spending, like, you know, a couple of grand on flipping you know, video equipment, which is kind of nuts. So it says, how do you stop the second note play column from happening when you want to edit a pattern? How do you stop the second note? Oh my god, hold on a minute, the cat is on the flipping keyboard and might cancel the stream. 1 minute. Sorry guys, the cat stood up on the keyboard because I've got like a step thing there where the cat steps on the bleeding keyboard to get out, and it's just like, it's a bit of a nightmare. All right, anyway, so how do you stop the second note second play column from happening? Do you mean when you hit double notes so that it actually opens? You mean like where it opens up another note, like another column like that? Well, I think you just literally go and set your instruments to mono. I think we did a tutorial, not tutorial, we had this discussion about this on the channel, and I believe it's something to do with making your instrument mono. We did tackle this before. There we go. If you flick this mono button on here, it will stop another column from opening up. It will actually record over the top of a note. Let's see if I can get that going. Let's see, 63. I'm kind of cack-handed because thing is about Renoise is when it starts getting mega full. I mean mega full, because this can handle some stuff. Yeah, you do start getting a bit of lag on the keyboard, which is annoying, but it takes a lot. Trust me. I look how many samples I've got in this tune. Look, it starts 0 there and it goes all the way down to flipping, you know, 60 odd. Look, I've got 60 odd samples in here. Look, 63 samples. And then plugin wise, look at this. I've got Pro Q2. I'm using UAD's Dream Verb. I'm using this is the standard box bus compressor. I've got Dream Verb on there, 2 lots of Dream Verb. You know, while I'm here, I'll say UAD's plugins are really good. I've got like a UAD internal PCI card, and you can pick these UAD cards up quite cheap. Now, for those of you who don't know, if I go to eBay, there's a guy actually, I think he was in Germany, he kind of like a music shop thing, and he sells them online, like second-hand ones. Let's have a look. UAD PCIe. Or actually just go to PCI. Yeah, so these cards here, look at this. As you can see, these are really, really good cards. They basically give you DSP off your computer, and you know, some of these they sell like big collections with these cards. Now it's mad, isn't it? Someone just said the other day they bought a car for that price, and look, you could just buy a PCI card instead instead of a car. I mean, everyone for their own. But look, some of these come with plugins, like a preset of plugins, which is pretty good. And some people sell off literally their entire collection, like 18 plugins worth over 2,000 euros. And the plugins that this comes with, I'm not even going to lie, right? If I show you the plugins that you can get with this, yeah, it's pretty insane. These are like hardware equivalents. And if you're talking like going back to Pete Parson days, and you're talking about, you know, the compressors for DJ Trace and, you know, Eamon and Trayman and this and that, I'm pretty sure that if if you dabble into these plugins here and start messing with some buttons and compression and even some of the presets that this comes with, you'll probably find that, you know, you'll find something in here that can do some damage to your drums. And look, you know, snare smasher, this, that and the other. There's tons, and obviously you can get these with the Waves plugins, you know, but they're not as warm sounding as the UAD ones, because the UAD ones have that piece of hardware. Hold on, I didn't even show you the hardware. I was there waffling. Hold on, where's the piece? Let me go back. So these are the cards, folks. Sorry, I forgot to switch the screen. You see, This is what I'm talking about. Right, so as you see here, 3 times UAD, 1 PCI cards going 175, and you're getting compressors and stuff with it. And look how much stuff you get with it. You get all of these retro ones. Now UAD stuff can be a bit pricey. They do send you like offers now and again, where you can get stuff like quarter the price, half price and stuff, but on average, look, you've got the Neve compressors, you've got the position limiters, you've got the Fairchilds, and these are all reputable, like 30 grand compressors that have, you know, some of these, look, for example, okay, I know it's 40 grand, might be going a little bit OTT there, but look, TLA Audio A2, look, still holds a value of 500 quid. You know, and UAD would probably sell you a simulated version of this for like £100 or whatever. So, you know, and like I say, if you buy a second-hand one, some people are getting out the game, you know, and they sell their entire library. Look at this one, UAD Quad 2, and it comes with, you know, 32 plugins worth 3.5 grand. Crazy. Now, obviously, it's not rich people just gone, yeah, I'll have that, and they buy it. But, you know, you collect them over time. You'll collect these UAD plugins, and they'll, you know, you will you know, eventually build up your collection. Some of them you can get if you buy a bit of second-hand UAD kit and so on and so forth. I was lucky to get, when I bought my UAD Thunderbolt card, I was able to get one of those with loads of plugins that came with it. So guys, I'm going to get back to these comments now. I hope everybody is enjoying the tutorials. Yeah, UAD is, you say UAD is overpriced. I'll say, yeah, maybe it is, but it sounds good, bruv. It does sound good. You know what I mean? It does sound good. And plus, you remember that they use their own power off of your computer. It doesn't use any power on your computer. So if your computer's shite, let's say for example, you could still run 5 compressors and 2 whatever, depending. But bear in mind, one thing you got to remember is they do have their own DSP capability. So, you know, you might, like for example, look, if I run Dub Plate Wars now, let me just run Dub Plate Wars and I'll show you my UAD now. Actually, it might just do it without me playing the song. Let me just have a look here. So I've got to go into my UAD, what do you call it here? You'll see my plugins now. Let me see if I could get this to work. No, it won't let me do that when I've got Renoise on. But trust me, guys, there's a lot you could do with it. So here we go. So let's go. What we got? Been using here. Leo Prince says you've been using UAD since 2004. There you go, bruv. You've been there before me, so you would know. You know, you would know better. Random guy says, oh, I just pressed something silly there. Right, there we go. Right, random guy says, bloody BitConnect. Right, random guy says, hold on, showing my cryptocurrency madness there. At a moment of madness, thinking, oh, should I get involved in that crap? Hasab says the Slate digital stuff is comparable and does not need a card. Skunky Lager says you only get what you pay for. Hazab says but eats into your DSP. That's right. I mean, but if you I knew someone was going to say BitConnect. Oh man, I tried to flick that off the screen real quick, you know. I was like, no, let me get that off there real quick. But no, BitConnect. Yeah. Oh my word. Anyway, that's another kettle of fish. I ain't even going into that because it's nothing to do with music still. I thought I could make enough money to just sit here comfortably and just make tunes for the rest of my life, but no. So okay, so Blurry says, have you tried their tape saturation plugin? I can't say I have, no. But you know, I mean, I've got a few little bits and pieces like for saturation, like Saturn. That's a really cool plugin. The Fab Filter Saturn. I find that really useful. You know, you could use it to sort of distort stuff and get that kind of bring stuff up. TV's still on the bit connecting, but you could use that to, you know, literally just distort stuff a little bit. Now distortion, you use distortion sometimes to bring stuff out a bit, like to make a bass line that's, I would say, invisible, inaudible, a little bit more audible on like you know, on speakers and stuff. Let me go for a little bit more of a little dabble in here, and then you guys can ask me a few more questions. And I said, right, let's shut this one down. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start fresh, right? Going to go new song because it's lagging at the moment. I'm not feeling the lag with all the things the computer's trying to do at once, right? So I'm going to go new song, and then I'm going to just go into my sample pack, and then we'll see what's going on. So it says, track selector says, nice tune, B. Cheers, mate. Dreadlock Holmes says, Saturn is proper. Yeah. And actually, funny enough, it's you what showed me the Saturn, Dreadlock Holmes. So, you know, that's a bonus on your bass lines and stuff. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Toy. Oh, I said that right. There are more friendly price plugins than UAD, and you never say the difference. No, you're right, bruv. There are, don't get me wrong, UAD is top end. It's the top end market of the market, yeah, for plugins. I'm not saying one's better than the other, because like I said, I used to hear that Breakage used to mix down his tunes on a Sound Blaster Live sound card, and his stuff has always sounded fat. So it's not what you use, yeah, it's how you use it. You can have all the whirl of things in your studio, but if you ain't got it up here to make the tunes, you're gonna be struggling. It's not like, look at me, I've got so much equipment, my tunes are gonna be better than yours. It's not, because like a man could come and sit down there on just his laptop and just you know, do his thing. Okay, so let's have a look at this comment that just come in. It just got blocked because it was a bit opinionated. Let's have a look. So Toity Toy says UAD screwed. I will say screwed because I just want to keep it PG-13. UAD screwed all of the UAD1 users. Now that's a good thing to say, right? That's a good thing to say. Now what you find as well, what really does drive me mad, yeah, this is with a lot of companies, especially when on Mac, which drives me mad, is that they will update stuff, right? And as soon as an update comes, you'll find that they just go, oh, we no longer support that. And then all of a sudden you're sitting there with like something you paid like 500 quid for that's not worth nothing anymore if you update. That's why you see me, I'm very wary about updating. I was on like 10.95 for the longest while, and it took me forever to upgrade to Sierra. That's a spec on my machine right there on the old Mac, yeah. It took me ages to upgrade because I was just like worried that like as soon as I update it, like my stuff will go obsolete. There's like the TC Electronics Power Core. Let me show you this right real quick. I know I mentioned this the other night, but look, TC Electronics, see, there's Power Core, right? TC Electronics Power Core. Let's have a look at that on eBay, right? See this kit here, £200. Oh my word, that's a disaster. Look at that. That piece of kit when it first come out, yeah, was like £2,000. And I bet you, look, okay, it's Firewire, 32-bit, works with 64 dials, but that on a Mac, it just doesn't work anymore. What I heard, they literally just drop support for it. And if you go onto the forums, there was tons of people that were literally cussing about this power core, saying, look, oh man, Mac OS X is not giving no more support for it, and they just all got left behind. And maybe it's to do with TC Electronics, whatever the case may be, but you know, for me it is a bit of a tough game, and these are the sort of things that put me off of Mac. And over the years, I've got to be honest, I've gone from Mac to PC, from PC to Mac. But again, one thing I have learned over time with computers is that it doesn't matter what bloody system you're on, yeah, you're always going to get some problem at some point that is not going to be fixable. But for me, the problems that I had on the PC, kind of, I know some people are going to hate on me for this, yeah, but the problems I've had on the PC have been proper screw ups, big time. I mean, I'm talking like blue screen of death after 3 months of setting up my DAW, getting everything all right, and just blue screen of death, and lost all the operating system, lost everything, and just ended up making that into like an external drive to just pick bits off and try and get back. And like, you know what, my music has been set back for about a year through blue screens of death on the PC, and that was after leaving the Mac for a while, because I thought this bloody computer is just getting too expensive. They want big money for everything, and I was sorry to rant, guys. I hope I'm not like ranting too hard that people think, oh no man, you just be moany. Like, I tuned in for a bit of entertainment. I'm getting you, you're moaning, but like, you know, checking into the comments, you know, that's how it used to work. You know, Mac used to get too expensive, too much letdowns, and then I moved on to PC, blue screen of death. Every time I got my computer to the point where I said, yeah, man, I'm ready to build some tune now. I've got all the plugins I need, all my sound library, all the programs installed. Come downstairs one morning, dunk, blue screen of death. What? Hell no. And then you're just disheartened for like 6 months. And that's why I kind of allowed it. But yeah, you know what? Machine and Music said Windows 10 is solid now. Now, touch wood, you know what, I reckon I could agree with you to some point there. But having said that, mind you, I'm on Windows 7. I've got Windows 7 32-bit here. I'm streaming live on Windows 7 32-bit. It's working okay, and it's pretty rock solid so far. Now, the only thing is what I found, even though I've put an SSD drive in that machine, it's quite a slow booter, which for me is a little bit of a nightmare. But you know what? This is good that we can have this little chat about tech, guys, and you know, getting shout to Vibration Crew, big up, mate. DJ Skunky Lager, great machine. Windows 10, big up, mate. It says let's see, Leo Prince, big up, mate. I'm Windows 10, UAD, Reaper plugin alliance, then all 3 plugins, perfect, all set. My outboard is for all sampling. Okay, so PC guys, tell me something. When is the last time you had a blue screen of death? Now, I'm not trying to create a controversial war here. You know, your PC, you know what I mean, get out of here, brother. You know what I mean, your Mac, get out of here. None of that PC versus Mac. It's not a football match, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I just want to know, you know what I mean? I'm neutral. I'm on both sides. I got a PC and I got a Mac, you know what I mean? Are you running solid state drive busy? Only on my, believe it or not, my retro machine has got a solid state drive in there. But the problem is, this is the shite part now. Again, talking about negatives on a Mac, yeah. The thing is, what I don't like about the old, I think I saw the cat there. I hope he doesn't come stamp on my thing. So yeah, so at the moment on the Mac, the SSD drive is a bit of a nightmare. And the reason why I say the SSD drive is a nightmare is because you need on my computer, I need at least 2 terabytes, I believe. If you check my hard drive, right, let me show you a little hard drive construction here. It's kind of mad. And I've got one of those hybrid drives because the SSD drives wasn't big enough for me. When I first installed a 256 SSD drive, I was like, yeah, man, 256 SSD, I'm going to be flying. Cubase is going to be loading up. This is going to be wicked. And then I started installing my plugins, and then Mac went, you can only install on your main C drive, not allowed to install on any external drives. And these programs, some of them take up like flipping 60 gig and stuff. So it wasn't practical. I've soon run out of hard drive space within an hour. Like, for example, look at my main Mac OS X drive, right? So I go here, look, this is called Mavericks. See, I started off on 10.9 on this drive, look. That's 2 terabytes. Now, you can probably get a 2 terabyte SSD out there, but it's going to cost you a flipping arm and a leg. Obviously, hard drives, when they first come out, they're big bucks, right? And we just have to wait until all these hard drives come down. It's like someone was saying the other night, once you get a PC, right, or computer, and it works the way you want it, you've got all your software on there, sod updating. You don't need to update. You can roll out with that for years, because to me, I call it the update conspiracy. And the update conspiracy, yeah, is when every time there's an update, right, especially Mac here, yeah, every time there's an update, it renders your computer more and more useless, because they update things and they don't consider, okay, well, the lower processors won't be able to handle this, yeah, and they update and they update, and then your computer struggles more and more and more. And after about, right, fair game, 9-10 years, because my MacBook at the moment is 9-10 years. I put Sierra on there the other day and it started moving sluggish, and this was like something I got for my 40th, so I've had that 8 years. And now it's saying basically, if you want to run anything more and you want something a little bit faster, you're going to need to flip in, you know, update. And to me, I had my Serato on there, I was playing out with my Serato and it was working fine. And here's me fasting with it when it updated to Sierra, and then all of a sudden it started running like some old time computer, which is a bit of a nightmare. Right, guys, so let me have a look at some of your comments, man. So let's go back, peeps, and let's get a little beat going. We said we was gonna get a beat going. What's going on? We're like all like into this computer stuff here, man. We've gone all like, you know, R2D2 on everyone, man. But I hope, is everyone enjoying this session? Just let me know. Am I blabbing on about techno too much? Shall we get into the music? What's the deal here? Are you guys enjoying this? Let's have a look at some of these comments before we move on to what I've just asked you there. So I'm Windows 10. Yeah, okay. So we was back there. Let's see. I don't want to miss any of these comments out, man. Usually bootloader gets corrupted or something. Yes. And then if you don't know how to fix that bootloader, then you're kind of stuffed. I've saved my stuff with Nopix boot this before. Okay, that's interesting. I do know of that Nopix, but I'm not too savvy on it. Vibration Crew, big up, man. Stefan says, I design for a living, and it's the same here. I'm surrounded by all of them right now. Lol. PCs and Macs galore. Super Linux Audio Guru says, yeah, I think it was Nopix back then. And there was also some other one that used to do backup hard disk partitions. But one thing I do know about backing up, yeah, on the Mac so far it's easier. The Time Machine, you just get like a 3 terabyte hard drive, put it in, format it, and it'll go, do you want to use this with Time Machine? And you go, yeah, and then you just select what you want to back up with it. And that's it. It will just back up everything while you sleep. So touch wood, if something goes down. But you know what I was saying as well, and I wanted to say this to you guys as well on one of the videos, right, and I didn't get around to it, is that I need to start backing up. I've got my sound library, which hasn't been backed up for a while. I've been saving all these songs down to the flipping USB 3 for the Brain Data archives. That definitely needs a copy. And you know, like, let's not even think about that. Yeah, but I need to start backing up stuff, man. You know, at least have 2 copies of each drive. And then there was that thing where people do RAID arrays, where you have 2 drives and you have them both running at the same time, and they copy from one to the other. So you've literally got 2 copies. And the minute one drive goes down, it will go, yeah, RAID array needs to update. So you just replace the drive, and then it carries on from where it left off. So the RAID backups are the best ones to get, and I'm more likely going to look into that, I think, in the next few days, because data loss is really something at this stage that I really couldn't afford to happen. My PCs are super iffy though, Hazab says. Stefan Abson says he uses PC and Mac, or Mac and PC. Super Linux Audio Guru says, don't forget about Linux, busy. Now, I haven't had much experience on Linux, but you know what, I've heard that Linux, Renoise can run on Linux as well. And one thing I have heard about Linux, if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, is that there are no viruses, because that's the next thing that you can have to worry about when you've got your DAO, your viruses. And another beautiful thing that I've found with today's computers, the latest ones, and quad cores and this and that and the other. Years ago, there used to be 10 top tips for making your DAO work better. But like now, I think all that is kind of almost obsolete, because the computers are getting so much more powerful now, that you don't necessarily need to do all these kind of tweaks. Okay, so last century 90s, Bionic Feed says, so have besod because of bad Wacom drivers. What's a Wacom driver? System is fine though, just unplugged it until they updated the drivers. Super Cat, let's have a look. Any questions out there? My first driver was 4 GB for £100. I know, that's mad, isn't it? How we've come a long way, man. 4 GB is like so much, man. Like now 4 gig is flipping on an Amiga. You could fit like your life on the Amiga. Not so much on the Akai, because it only takes so much. What else we got? So guys, Leo Prince says, yeah, random guy, Time Machine is awesome. Agree on Time Machine or backup. Even the updates on Mac have always been seamless. Yeah, man, for real. For realsy. Tetley's never too much backups. Yeah. But then, I always ask myself, I thought about getting a Blu-ray writer as well, because we need to start, or I definitely need to start making some sort of hard disk backups, because a hard drive packs up, and if you store it, how long does a hard drive store for? Like, I suppose if you wrap it in sponge or whatever, in some sort of bubble wrap or something, you could probably store it away for years, as long as you don't drop it. Even a little slightest little dunk on a hard drive can render it like practically useless, which is a nightmare. Random guy says lost 6 terabyte RAID. But Time Machine completely recovered. Ah, that's sick, man. 14 hours, see? Go Raid 5, busy. Raid 5. I'm going to look into that, man. Raid 5, yeah. Let me just quickly check that out, man. Raid 5. What's Raid 5? I've never heard of Raid 5. Raid 5. Let's see. Okay. Maybe let me look on eBay, because like that's another thing. I'll probably more likely YouTube it, man. I literally YouTube for everything these days. Even fix my washing machine from YouTube, man. Save myself 200 quid. Hold on. So eBay, real quick. Raid 5. Okay. So let's see, guys. Raid 5. What is Raid 5, man? This is interesting. What? Oh, look at that, man. 3.0, 2.0. So, oh, this is an enclosure. So Raid 5. What does that do, man? Wait, no, that didn't say Raid 5, does it? 3.5. Silly sod. What am I saying? Raid AR Sharken 5 bay. Is a Raid 5 just 5 drives then? Backing up 5 drives. Am I right in saying that or what? Go Raid 5. It says it's not like there are no viruses for Linux. It's just no one makes viruses for Linux. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, you know, it's probably because it's not so popular, I guess. What else we got? Def Blu-ray is handy for quick backups. Yeah, man, that's what I'm thinking. But I bought a Blu-ray disc and it's not working too well on my machine. I don't know. I faffed about with it too much before I took it back. Let's see. TB says, why Raid 5? Raid 1 should be fine for home use. Takes more space but is essential. Just 2 identical drives. Cool. Vibration Crew says there are different types of RAID busy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think mechanical drives HDD have to spin. Okay, so let's get into some of the tuitions now. Let's go into some of that, man. You know what? I keep you know what I did? I was on eBay looking at RAID 5, yeah, and I didn't even put it up on the screen. Sorry, guys. It's just one of them ones. Right. So sample pack mission. Let's go. So let me see if I can find my sample pack. Yeah, I think I just saw it there. 2 seconds. Right, guys. Here we go. What's this? No. Okay, these are breaks. Hold on. Dub plates. Oh gosh, let's find one of these sample packs now. Where are we? They're all over the place. Don't worry. It's not that I don't use my own sample packs. Yeah, sample libraries. Right, let's have a look in. Oops. Let's have a look in here, guys. Sample libraries. Yeah, right. Busy Bee Science Volume 2. Busy Bee Choppage CD. Right, let's go into here. So here we are. So you wanted to see me do something with the sample packs, yeah? So here we go. So we're going to run that through. Now, I'm not going to run on too long with this stream because you know what happens when you run on too long. Last stream was like hour and a half, right? And it packed up. So let's see. I'm not trying to blag my way out of it, but we can come back and revisit this one at another time. I don't want to lose the audio on this stream, man, because we covered some really cool subjects tonight. So let's see what we got. So let's go into it. Amen Science. Right, what we got? Okay, so I've got a nice fat amen there, peeps. Yeah, my mouse is misbehaving. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna drag him in. Jesus, man, my mouse being silly. I'm going to start that from C3. I'm moving the mouse up, lifting it all the way up, and I'm dropping that on C3 down the bottom there. Let go. Right, so we can go here, just go to 170, and then we're going to lick on some right, so you guys put me on a spot. I'm going for it now. Shout out to Dreadlock Holmes. Come on, B. What's going on? Let me get the right octave here. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. Okay, a bit sharp on that old, hold on. That little shuffle. Yeah, that's a bit lighter. Let me use that one. Copy that over. Another one there. Another one there. Right, let me give you some. Oh, the cat's about to jump on a keyboard. No, I hope that hasn't lost the stream. Is everybody still there? Well, I'm not happy with that little shuffle at the end there. Let me just see what I can do about that. Yeah, that'll do for now, right? So, little sound. Let me get some quick ting going on now. Quick ting, quick ting. We're just vibes in. Dark sound. Little bit of echo coming up now. Also, we're going to take out the low end. Too much low end. Okay, so you hear what happened there? That's overlapped, yeah? So we need to just get this and drag it over here. Okay, some reverb. I'm going to use everything box standard Renoise. So all these are box standard Renoise now. EQ. Box standard again, EQ. Native, that's the word I was looking for. Get rid of that low end. The same with the amen. Bit of compression. EQ first. Lose that very low end. Bit of 10k. Sounding better now. Okay, let's get some other little sounds in there, some little dark sounds now. Oh, you know what I'm going to say about that. I do like that sound, right? So, also remember to trim your samples at the start. I know this is my sample CD, but you know, can never be too sure. Right, so that's a bit flat on its own. So we want to put a little delay on it. I'm just scared about running this stream over now, guys. Don't use the waves delay because we're using native stuff. Change the bit of reverb as well. Chuck that on there. Native reverb. Nice, nice, nice. And then EQ. And another little cool trick what I usually do. Once I get an EQ that I like, yeah. And it's not the same for every instrument, but you can always just grab that and just chuck that, paste it, boom. And you've got your little EQ set up there. cheeky sample there. More effects again. Let's go back to our mixer. Let's just grab that chain of effects there, and let's just put that some of that on there. Copy that. Boom. Paste it in there. You could do make what you call effects chains on here as well, where you can just like literally just call up a round of effects. Don't forget our EQ. Now once you're doing the main final EQ, you can kind of shape it up a little bit better. Yeah, I got it now, I got it. I need to do something with that. It's a bit boring. Let's just get this one here and just kind of do something with it. Let's get triple. I'm just messing about now. I have no idea. It's just a vibe, you know what I mean? It's just a vibe. Let's see. Render that to sample and see what you get. Let me see. Let's go in there, twist it up a bit. Okay, reverse. That's pretty interesting. Let's see what we got there. Put another delay on that, make it sound a little bit more interesting. Maybe even some feedback, but let's see what we got. Yeah, put some feedback up on that, just kind of make it a little delay a little bit better. Yeah, that's quite nice. Take down the send a bit so it's not so. Let's see what that sounds like. Need that compressor now. There's also another thing called on here called gainer, which you can use as well. Gainer, and that you can use that to turn stuff up a bit. Okay, bass sounds now. Let's see what we got on the bass. Big dark bass. Oh yeah, okay. That will do. That will do, crew. Better watch this stream, man. I'm telling you. I just want to show you guys a quick plug-in for the bass. It's really cool. R-Bass. Waves R-Bass. Anyone heard of that? But then let me get rid of the Waves R-Bass because we're using all box standard stuff, yeah? Okay, we saved that for later. Let me see what else I got. I need some sort of... Okay, I need bass sounds, man. Give me some bass. Bass, bass, bass. Sub sounds. Let's see if we can find something now. Dark sound. Renoise. What's this? That's a dark sound, man. That might come in handy later. Fill up the old. Let's see. We need a bass. We need a bass. Where are we going to go with a bass now? Dope bit space. There you go. Yeah, something like that. What's the old Judger bass? Let me see that. Turn up the bass. Yes, guys, are you guys enjoying the stream? Let the cat produce some beats, says a random guy. Optical Haze says pow fire. Random guy says, yeah, the one with the touchy died because, okay, sorry, the one with the touchy died because Windows 7 kept updating writing, you see what I mean? Let's see, Hammer Horror, Cats, okay. Place what? Us out keyboard cat. The atmospheric effects sound is really nice. Old school, wicked man. Dreadlock Holmes Rays, big up. It's coming to me. Yeah, that's how better. Just got to tune up that last bass. Yeah, I think that's it. Right, so we're getting there. Boom, boom, bing, boom. Okay, on the spot, making tunes on the spot. What do you reckon? Sounding all right? Hey, TDK says, Dreadlock Home says, hey, Judge, I'm coming for some samples. Big up, bruv. You can get this from the Busy Bee. Anybody else want to get these samples right now? You can get it from the Busy Bee Choppage Sample Pack. I'll put a link in the description from www.sampleoids.co.uk. I hope everyone's enjoying the stream. Just checking the chat box here, looking out for you guys, making sure everything is cool. It's coming up to an hour and a half now, and I'm really getting scared about the audio going pear-shaped on this stream. So I think I'm going to wrap this stream up for tonight, guys. With that being said, let's give away a t-shirt. So the first person to spell Super Bassline wins tonight's t-shirt. TB says nice one. Leo Prince says big up. Yes, DJ Skunkalaga wins the competition tonight for the t-shirt. Big up, mate. Tune in tomorrow night where we're going to do another live stream. And, you know, you guys can also have another chance to win. Check me on the, the competition winner for the t-shirt. Check me on the busybeescience@gmail.com. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream tonight. I've tried to make it a little bit different. I thought we could go into Renoise, have a little session. Maybe we could do another DAW, get TDK up in here. We could do some Cubase, because he's good at Cubase. You know what I'm saying? He's a master at Cubase still. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Dreadlock Holmes? You're the master of Cubase. You get me? Yeah, you're master at Cubase. Yeah, see, you said it, yeah. So, yeah, anyway, peeps, take care. God bless. Peace.